All right, folks, we're going to be going green out of turn number 4. Justin Corbin and Rick Sopp going to lead them to it. Flagman Nathan Lavender looks him over, says, let's go plate. Down the backstretch, we got a good race going on between our front row still. Justin Corbin, Rick Sopp, still side by side. Coming out of turn 4, looks like Corbin going to make it work on the bottom. He'll lead lap number 1 in the old orange Ford Probe. Rick Sopp hanging on to that second spot. Third place now, all the way from the third row. That's going to be Robert Kelm. Robert showing us why he's a previous feature winner here at Cotton Bowl Speedway. We got a good battle for fourth spot between Russell Vickery and Brandy Petty. Vickery takes the spot going into turn number 3. Side by side, still out front for your lead. Through turn number 4, looks like the 53 of Justin Corbin going to hang on to it. But here comes Kelm in the 8 machine. Oh, big puff of smoke out of the 8 car. Still smoking down the backstretch. Kelm tucks down to the bottom of the racetrack right behind the 59 machine. Still smoking through the corners, though. Robert Kelm really puffing out some smoke now. We want to thank Robert for being mosquito patrol here at Cotton Bowl Speedway tonight. Oh, another big puff of smoke through the corners, it looks like. But Kelm with the position down the backstretch. Gets around the 59 of Rick Sopp coming into turn number 3. Sopp back to 3rd. Russell Vickery charging hard all the way from the back of the pack up to 4th. Brandy Petty sits in 5th. Another big puff of smoke out of the 8 machine. Running in 2nd spot right now, though. As long as it's still moving, we're good. There's another big puff of smoke. Your leader still the 53 of Justin Corbin. 8 car of Robert Kelm sits in 2nd spot. Sopp is 3rd. Looks like problems for the 4 car. Bill Hall going to park it into the hot pit there. Looks like the fun meter pegged out a little bit early for Mr. Hall. Coming to 2 to go this time out of turn number 4. 53 machine of Corbin. Pretty good lead over the 8 car. Kelm there in the 8 machine. He's still sitting in 2nd spot. Rick Sopp rounds out the top 3. Then it's a big jump back to 4th spot, which is now Brandy Petty. Looks like Vickery having a little bit of trouble there in the 2 car. So Petty gets around for 4th. Vickery is now 5th. 6th belongs to the 6 machine of Jason Miller as the white flag comes out for your leader, which is still Justin Corbin. Robert Kelm, though, closing that gap quickly in the 8 machine. Tucks up right behind the rear bumper coming into turn number 1. Another big puff of smoke out of the 8 car. Corbin pulls the lead out just a little bit down the backstretch into turn number 3 for the final time. This one's for all the marbles right here, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Kelm, one more shot. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Double checkered flags. Get away for Justin Corbin. Robert Kelm going to come across in 2nd. Rick Sopp will be 3rd. The field side by side, nose to tail down the backstretch into turn number 3. Going to be going green. Right about now, green flag waves, and we are underway. Good start off the bottom for the 53 of Justin Corbin. Good start for Brandy Petty as well.
You want page sheets for the CBS Stocks?
Oh, and just as I say that, Brandy Petty loses it coming into turn number 1. She's going to keep it underway, but she falls all the way to the back of the field. Meanwhile, Corbin out front in the orange Ford Probe, making it look good tonight. He's going to come around and lead lap number 1. A great battle shaping up for 2nd between Rick Sopp and Robert Kelm. Give it to Kelm at the stripe for sure. The 8 machine up to 2nd spot. Now sets his sights on the 53 of Justin Corbin. Down the backstretch. Robert Kelm, a previous winner here this year in Eco Stock racing action. The smoke is back out of the 8 machine. Car still running strong. We close the gap super quickly coming into turn number 1. Kelm driving it in deep in turn 1 to close that gap between himself and Justin Corbin. Corbin still with the lead down the backstretch in the 53 machine. As we come into turn 3, Kelm dives down to the bottom of the racetrack once again, driving it in hard into turn number 3. trying to carry the speed out of 4. Looks like the bottom just working for Corbin right now a little bit better. Looks like Robert Kelm driving it in a little hard. The car slides up the racetrack. These are front-wheel drive cars, so it will do that to you. Once again, closing up right on the rear bumper, Robert Kelm in the 8 machine. Right up on the bumper, the 53 car, Justin Corbin. Looks like the 6 car, Jason Miller, making the hard right turn off the speedway. We lose him. Meanwhile, a hot battle for your lead right now. Kelm once again to the inside. All the way on the bottom of the racetrack. That's the preferred line, but Corbin just got the power again in the 53 machine. Robert Kelm still down to the inside in turns number 1 and 2. Little bit of an advantage now. Good drive on the outside, or out of the exit of turn 2, excuse me, but Justin Corbin just got the momentum around the outside. We're coming to the halfway mark this time by 6 down and 6 to go. They touch, coming out of 4. Rubbing is racing, as they say, but I'm giving it to Corbin at the stripe that time. Robert Kelm driving a heck of a race in the 8 machine, but Justin Corbin fighting him tooth and nail for the lead. Now, out of turn number 2, Kelm out front. Justin Corbin dives down to the inside of turn number 3. Robert Kelm out of turn number 4, now with about 2 car lengths between himself and the 53 machine. Justin Corbin now playing catch up. Robert Kelm now stretching the old legs out on the 8 machine there, starting to stretch out that lead just a little bit over Justin Corbin. Corbin still hanging on to that 2nd spot. Rick Sopp, though, got the best seat in the house watching them 2 fight it out in 3rd. Brandy Petty in 4th spot, and the 52S is Gordon Smale rounding him out. Two to go for your leader, Robert Kelm, still out front in the 8 machine. Going to be coming to the white flag this time out of turn number 4, Robert Kelm. Your leader with 1 to go here at Cotton Bowl Speedway. Justin Corbin still in 2nd spot. A pretty good jump back to Rick Sopp, but Rick's hanging on there in the top 3. Brandy Petty in 4th, and the 5th spot belongs to Gordon Smale. Out of turn 4 for the final time, the checkered flag waves along with the stars and stripes. Robert Kelm taking the victory here at Cotton Bowl Speedway in your Eco Stock feature. 2nd spot gonna go to Justin Corbin in the 53. All right, race fans, lights are still out. We're going to go green this time, hopefully. There's the green flag, and we are underway. Austin Elbert gets a good start off the outside, but Andrew Bennett not letting him get away with it. Bennett tucks down to the bottom of the racetrack going into turn number 1. Looks like he's going to lead him coming out of turn 2. Andrew Bennett with your early race lead down the backstretch, but here comes Dad. Danny Bennett in the R4J machine tucks to the inside of the racetrack in turn number 3. Already up to 2nd spot. Gets around Austin Elbert on the inside. We're going to complete lap number 1 with Andrew Bennett out front. Danny Bennett, though, says, not for long, son. Looks to the outside. No, Andrew Bennett gets a good run off the bottom. Down the backstretch into turn number 3. Looks like Danny Bennett going to carry the momentum around the outside of the racetrack into turn number 3. Coming out of turn 4, Danny Bennett up top. Looks like at the line, he's going to take the lead. Andrew Bennett will be 2nd. 3rd spot is the 12 car of Danny Castle. Andrew Bennett a little bit sideways in turn number 1. Car gets a little loose. He gathers it back up, but Castle gets around on the outside for 2nd. Andrew Bennett back to 3rd. 4th spot right now is Austin Elbert in that 116 machine. Danny Bennett leading lap number 3. 3 laps down and 5 laps to go. Little bit of contact between Danny Castle and Danny Bennett. Everybody keeps it pointed in the right direction. No position changes either. Good saves by both of those drivers. They're on a pretty slick racetrack right now. A little bit soupy down on the bottom of the racetrack as they come to the halfway mark. 4 down and 4 to go. Danny Bennett now a commanding lead over Danny Castle in second spot. Andrew Bennett is third. Fourth spot is now the 2X of Casey Crane all the way from the back of the field. Andrew Bennett now looking to the inside of Danny Castle as we come into turn number 3. Bennett way down on the bottom of the racetrack gets a good run out of 4, but not enough to get the spot at the line. Still going to be Danny Castle in second spot. We've got cars taking the scenic route. That's the 116 of Austin Elbert cutting down through the infield there. No harm, no foul. We'll stay green. Coming around to 2 to go this time from flagman Nathan Lavender. Danny Bennett out front in the R4J by about a half a straightaway. Danny Castle still in second. Andrew Bennett is third. Crane is fourth. Fifth spot right now belongs to the 56 of Drake Pruitt. Then the 116 is Austin Elbert, and Dismuke rounding them out in seventh. Coming out of turn number 4 this time, the white flag will be in the air for your leader, Danny Bennett. Good lead for the R4J machine over the 12 car of Danny Castle. Then it's Andrew Bennett still hanging on to that third position, and then a good jump back to Crane in fourth. Rounding out the top 5 is still Drake Pruitt. Into turn 3 for the final time. Down on the bottom of the racetrack, slides up just a wee bit. Was the leader, now the winner. Danny Bennett going to take the win. Double checkered flags in heat race number 1. Danny Castle comes across in second. Andrew Bennett will be third. Good run for the young man in the 00 machine. Casey Crane will be fourth. All right, lights are out, green flags out, and we are underway with heat race number 2. Good start. Looks like problems already for Mike Newby. The 22 well off the pace. Maybe just slipped out of gear. I see it trying to come to life. Mike gets it figured out, stabs the loud pedal. He's back underway, but out front, it's Jared Leichtman in the 77 machine. However, down underneath them in turn number 3, that was the 76 of Gary Hutchinson. And here comes Steve Sims to take away second spot. Oh, looks like Mike Newby didn't get it figured out. That car coming to a stop, definitely coming to a stop at the bottom of the racetrack outside of turn number 2. Looks like Steve Sims going to get around Hutchinson for the lead. Sims in that 58 machine, always competitive here in the CBS stock car class. Now a good battle shaping up for third between Kohlert in the 52. That's Dan Kohlert. He'll get around Jared Leichtman for third. So Leichtman back to fourth. Looks like we're going to split this into 2 groups of 2. Steve Sims out front by about 3 or 4 car lengths over the 76 of Hutchinson. Really stretching that lead out down the backstretch. Looks like Steve Sims laid the keys on the front desk and checked out on heat race number 2. Hutchinson very sideways coming out of turn number 4. Gathers it back up, points it down the front stretch. Into turn number 1. Going to be Steve Sims leading out of turn 2. Hutchinson will be in second spot. Dan Kohlert in the 52 machine sits in third. Jared Leichtman rounds him out in fourth. We're going to be coming to halfway, this time by 4 laps down and 4 more times around Cotton Bowl Speedway. Kohlert gets a little sideways coming out of 4, drifts way up the racetrack. Leichtman not able to close the gap well enough to make a pass. But now right there on the bumper of the grocery getter, the 52 machine. Motors down the backstretch out of turn number 3, but Leichtman right there on him as Kohlert again is sideways coming out of turn number 2. 5 laps complete this time by for Steve Sims. Should be 3 to go. Hutchinson still in second spot. The battle, though, for third starting to heat up with Dan Kohlert hanging on to it right now in that third spot in the 52. Jared Leichtman once again looking to the inside of the speedway out of turn 2. Looks like we're going to have a pass for third down the backstretch. It's a drag race. Meanwhile, Steve Sims coming to 2 to go this time by. But it's getting hot and heavy back there on the back of the racetrack. Looks like coming out of 4, Leichtman will make the move as Kohlert once again goes too far up top. Leichtman now into third spot. Down the backstretch in the 58 machine. Almost a full straightaway advantage for Steve Sims over Gary Hutchinson. Sims cruising to the white flag right now. 1 lap to go for your leader. a full straightaway advantage over Gary Hutchinson right now. Steve Sims definitely stretching the legs out on the 58 machine right now as he goes down the backstretch here at Bowl Speedway for the final time in heat race number 2. Negotiates turn 3 with ease. On cruise control, pretty much, putting on a show, taking him to school in heat race number 2. He'll take the double checkered flag. Steve Sims with the win in the 58. Second spot gonna go to Gary Hutchinson in the 76. Third spot will be Jared Leichtman in the 77. We're getting ready to go 15 laps of green flag racing here for your CBS stock cars. Green flag's out, and we're underway. Side by side down the front stretch into turn number 1. Looks like we're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. That's Casey Crane on the inside, going to lead him out of turn number 2. Jared Leichtman there in second spot. Andrew Bennett got a good run going. We're 3 wide down the backstretch into turn 3. Danny Castle sneaking up through the middle there, making a spot for the radiator cap. The rest of the car will fit too. Looks like 2 cars hung up together at the bottom of turn number 3. They get them separated. We're going to get back on the racetrack. We are going to stay green. That was the 52 of Dan Colbert and the 116 of Austin Elbert getting tangled up there. Looks like both those drivers able to continue. Casey Crane going to lead lap number 1, but all the way from the back of the field, Steve Sims makes his way up to second in the 58 machine. Getting around Leichtman in turn number 2. Steve Sims on the move up to the front of this stock car feature. Whoa, we've got Austin Elbert super sideways in turn number 4. We avoid catastrophe there. Steve Sims side by side now with Casey Crane going into turn number 1. Crane working the bottom of the racetrack. Danny Castle there as well in the 12 machine. Steve Sims cuts across down to the bottom, down the back stretch. He'll take the lead going into turn number 3. Hard on the brakes, getting the car to stay at the bottom. Elbert's all the way around, right in front of traffic. Good driving by everybody to avoid contact there. Austin Elbert loses it right in front of the field. Everyone gets around. Danny Bennett is also on the move in the R4J machine. He's up to 4th spot after starting well back in the field. Looks like Gary Hutchinson still sideways in the 76 machine, really hanging it out there in the 76 car. Running 6th right now on the racetrack. Good battle for 3rd between Danny Castle and Danny Bennett. Casey Crane gets a little sideways in turn 2. Here comes Danny Bennett up the inside, capitalizes on the mistake. Bennett takes over that 2nd spot going into turn 3. Looks like the 52 of Dan Colbert there getting the move over flag as the leader. Steve Sims has already caught him, trying to put him a lap down. Sims makes the move on the inside in turn number 3. Looks like Colbert's going to give him enough room to make the pass. There's the halfway mark. 7 down and 8 to go. Danny Bennett charging hard there in 2nd spot, trying to close the gap between himself and Steve Sims. 3rd spot, still Casey Crane. 4th spot is Danny Castle. Jared Leichtman rounds out the top 5 in the 77. Mike Newby getting up close and personal with the backstretch concrete retaining wall outside of turn number 2 there. Lots of smoke out of Mike Newby's 22 machine. Looks like nope, still going to stay out there. We're still good. Steve Sims showing the way here in the feature. Down the backstretch out of turn number 2, about a half straightaway advantage for Steve Sims. Coming into lap number 10 right here. There's the move over flag for Mr. Elbert. And the 77D of Jason Dismuke. Nathan Lavender letting them know that the leader, Steve Sims, coming up on him as we've got 5 laps to go. Sims goes to the outside of Jason Dismuke coming into turn 3. Dismuke once again giving the leaders plenty of room to get around. Austin Elbert about to go another lap down in the 116 machine. He sticks to the outside. Good move by the young driver in the 116 machine. Danny Bennett still running in second spot, trying to close the gap between himself and Steve Sims. Still almost a half straightaway advantage to the 58 machine, but here comes Bennett driving it hard down into turn number 3, closing that gap as quickly as possible in the R4J machine. New ride for Danny Bennett in 2016. Into turn 3, coming out of turn 4. 2 to go in the air, this time by for Steve Sims. Danny Bennett still in second spot. Third spot way back there in turn number 3. That's the 2 car, the 2X of Casey Crane. Fourth spot is the 70s. No, excuse me, that's the 00 of Andrew Bennett running fourth. Good run for Andrew. Top 5 rounding out with Gary Hutchinson in the 76. Here's the white flag. 1 lap to go for Steve Sims. Danny Bennett with 2 sets of corners left, but a big gap between himself and the leader. Danny Bennett trying hard to close that gap. The car gets super loose right through the middle of turns 1 and 2. A seemingly insurmountable advantage for Steve Sims right now. Here comes the 58 machine for the final time out of turn number 4. Checkered flag, along with the stars and stripes. Gun away for Steve Sims. Danny Bennett will be in second spot in the R4J machine. Looks like third is going to go to Casey Crane in the 2X car.
They must be side by side, nose to tail, looking for an even start this time on the exit of turn number 4. Again, your pole sitter, the 51 of Caleb Martin. He will set the pace down to the drop of the green flag. Him and Scotty McDonald side by side of a turn number 4. Here we go. Green flag flies. Caleb Martin looks to the inside of Scotty McDonald. McDonald, though, going to power right back by him on the high side. Martin going to fall to that second spot is now Brandon Hanks hot and heavy after Blake Hahn. Hahn sitting in third. Hanks sitting in fourth. Right now, battle for fifth. Look to the inside because here comes Morgan Turpin. Morgan Turpin in the 10M taking the spot away from the 17G of Dustin Gates. Look out! Caleb Martin goes around. Blake Hahn nearly climbs the tail tank. Got it up on 2 tires. Keith Martin brings it back down and the caution is out. Caleb Martin, wow, in that 51. Again, nose to tail till they pass between the cone and the outside retaining wall here in the front straightaway. Scotty McDonald going to bring him slow all the way to the exit of turn number 4. We're green. Everybody working past the cone. Brandon Hanks trying to look to the inside of the 88 for the race lead. No dice, though, as they roll to the back straightaway. Scotty McDonald has it. Look to the high side now. Brandon Hanks still going after your race leader. Dustin Gates in the mix as well. Side by side for the race leader on the high side. You've got a new leader. It's Brandon Hanks in 84. Brandon Hanks takes away the top spot. Scotty McDonald falls to second. In third is going to be the 17G of Dustin Gates. Morgan Turpin falling back to fourth. The 48 of Stacy right now rounding out your top 5 as they go back up front. And your leader working high side and handsome in this one. The 84 of Brandon Hanks out of Burleson, Tennessee. The performance powder coating entry leading the DeSalvoy number 88 of Scotty McDonald. The 17G of Dustin Gates out of Houghton, Louisiana continues to ride in third as they come to the halfway point. 4 in, 4 to go in your opening heat race here tonight. Morgan Turpin still riding in that 4th spot. In 5th is going to be Cody Stacy. 6th is going to be Caleb Martin. 7th is going to be the 7 of Begno in the 02 of Harry Urington right now rounding out your running order as your leader bolts on the front straightaway advantage. Half a straightaway right now. That comes out to 1.418 seconds here on the 3/8 mile Cotton Bowl Speedway. Brandon Hanks showing good speed early on here tonight in his JR1 chassis. He will work off of the high side of turn number 4 this time to the twin sticks and 2 to go. 2 laps remain in this one. It is still Brandon Hanks, Scotty McDonald, Dustin Gates, Morgan Turpin, and the 51 of Caleb Martin now back up into the top 5 as the white flag will fly this time one more time around Cotton Bowl. Leaders making their way by the 02 of Harry Urington. He'll go a lap down to your top spot as they work into turns 3 and 4 for the final time in this one. Checkered flag will fly for the driver of the 84 machine. How about it? Brandon Hanks, your heat race winner. The 88 of Scotty McDonald will cross in second. Third is going to go to the 17G of Dustin Gates. Fourth will go to the 10M of Morgan Turpin. Battling back to a 5th place finish will be the 51 of Caleb Martin. In 6th is going to be the 48 of Cody Stacy. 7th is going to be Derek Begno. The 02 of Harry Urington unofficially rounding out your field. Caution lights are down as your field rolls down the back straightaway. Starter Terry Maddox watching closely this time as they work off of turn number 4. The chalk line down on the front straightaway. That is the starting point for these drivers. John Payton, that 36. He will set the pace down to the drop of the green flag. Here we go to the green. Terry Gray's going to try to jump out to the race lead. Johnny Herrera's going to try to take it away from him, but it's going to be Gray down the back straightaway with the advantage. Right now, 45X of Herrera in second. Sam Haverteep Jr. sitting in that third spot. Battle for fourth. The 2L of Logan Forler slides it up across the nose of the 14K of Kyle Bellum. Bellum right now rounding out your top five. Shuffle back to six. The 36 of John Pate. The 91 of Stephen Russell. And the 66 of J.J. Simmons right now rounding out your running order as we go back up front. And we find Terry Gray starting to stretch his advantage a little bit on the Mesilla Valley Transportation Champion Brands 45X of Johnny Herrera. Herrera with a regional victory to his credit here at the Cotton Bowl Speedway, sitting in that second spot. Sam Haverteep Jr. still sitting in third. Logan Forler in fourth. Kyle Bellum still running out your top five. Up into six now. It is the 91 of Stephen Russell. Seventh is going to be the 66 of J.J. Simmons. John Pate shuffle back to the tail end of the field in the 36 machine as we have 3 laps completed, working on lap number 4 right now. Terry Gray last time 0.658 seconds was the difference between he and the 45X of Herrera. Herrera right now trailing by 0.588 seconds, so Herrera starting to pick up a little bit of ground on the 4-time ASCS national champion. Sam Haverteep Jr. still riding in that third spot. Logan Forler and Kyle Bellum about to have company as Stephen Russell starting to run down the 14K now with his 91 machine. He rides in that sixth spot with Simmons and Pate continuing to round out your field. Off of turn number 2, your leaders are bolting down the back straightaway. Your top 2 drivers distancing themselves from the rest of the running order right now as Terry Gray leads it. Johnny Herrera, Haverteep still 1, 2, 3 down the front straightaway as we have 2 laps remaining in this one. Only 0.2 of a second separated your top 2 drivers that time in the start-finish line. Herrera trying to set up something here in the closing laps. He will work right to the middle of the racing groove off of turn number 4 to the white flag one more time around. It is Terry Gray. Johnny Herrera, Sam Haverteep Jr. has closed back into that third spot as they bolt on the back straightaway. This time your leader's into 3. Out of turn number 4, Herrera's going to work all the way down to that bottom line trying to make something happen. He'll be denied. It's Terry Gray with the win. Terry Gray, Johnny Herrera, Sam Haverteep Jr. That's your podium. The 2L of Logan Forler in 4th. The 14K of Kyle Bellum in 5th. The 91 of Stephen Russell. The 66 of J.J. Simmons. And the 36 of John Pate unofficially rounding out your field. Again, that chalk line is where the drivers can take off. That front row must be even. And Angelette does set the pace, but again, taking off too soon. So the officials docking him 1 row on the restart here. It'll be Wayne Johnson and Seth Bergman now on your front row. We'll see if we can get a clean start this time. Clean and green this time. Wayne Johnson's going to slide it up into the race lead. Right across the nose of the 23 of Seth Bergman. Aaron Reitzel. Good start for that driver up into third. How about this? Josh Boffman. He's going to go for the third spot in the 17. Wow, Boffman, who started 7th in this one, got a fantastic start. He's already up into 4th now. Aaron Reitzel able to battle back to his inside off the exit of turn number 4. Reitzel will have the 4th position. Boffman right now will run in 4th. In 5th, it's going to be the 95 of Matt Covington. Covington now going to battle back to the inside of the Fisher body shot number 17. Slides it out towards the wall. He has it. That's going to move Boffman back to 5th. The 57 currently running in 6th with the 19 of Angelette. And the 11 of Cox currently running out your field as we go up front. And it is the Outlaw Wing. Sebastian Sandblasting of Powder Coating number 2. C of Wayne Johnson leading the Corridor Electric Yo Tool Company number 23 of Seth Bergman. Difference at the line, 0.555 seconds. Aaron Reitzel currently riding in 3rd and 4th. It is Matt Covington running at your top 5. The 17 of Josh Boffman. As they'll come to the cross flags, we have 4 in, 4 to go. Again, 4 in, 4 to go. In Butler Built Seating Systems heat race number 3. It is Wayne Johnson over Seth Bergman right now. Just over a half a second the difference last time of the start-finish line as they have a slower car approaching. The 11 of Cox working down to the bottom. Now takes it up to the middle groove. Wayne Johnson having to sneak around on the outside. Seth Bergman will do the same as they bolt on the back straightaway. Clearing the slower car with these now. They will work into turns 3 and 4. Wayne Johnson starting to glow the inboard rotor. Trying to keep that car loaded up as he has 2 laps remaining in this one. Again, 2 to go in heat race number 3. As now the caution lights blinking on around the Cotton Bowl Speedway. Seth Bergman goes for the lead. Wayne Johnson turns it down the racetrack, and he'll reclaim it down the back straightaway as they battle for the race lead. Big battle going on for the 3rd spot. Josh Boffman had it. Matt Covington's going to take it away. Slide job City through turns 3 and 4, side by side at the line. Wayne Johnson and Seth Bergman battling side by side. It's going to be Wayne Johnson with the advantage. You've got a battling all the way from 1st to 5th as Josh Boffman takes away the 3rd spot. Matt Covington to 4th. They shuffle Aaron Reitzel back to 5th. Wayne Johnson comes to the white flag one more time around. Good battle between he and the 23 3 of Seth Bergman on the restart. It is Wayne Johnson down the back straightaway, though, with the advantage in the 2. Seth Bergman follows right in his tire tracks into turns 3 and 4. The checkered flag is out for the Ironman, Wayne Johnson. Seth Bergman crosses in second, Josh Moffman in third, Matt Covington in fourth, shuffle back to fifth on the restart, the 87 of Aaron Reitzel, Jacob Lucas, Clint Angelette, and the 11 of Jerry Cox unofficially round out your field.
Normally it's me, him, and my husband. There's only 3 of us that
Caution lights are down. Your field looking for the green this time as they work off a turn number 4 to the front straightaway. Michael McNeil and Travis Rylett come to the green. It's in the air. We're underway. McNeil trying to take off of the race lead. Travis Rylett going to deny him the lead, though, as they bolt to the back straightaway. It'll be the 29 on the high side, humming his way up into the top spot. McNeil falls to second now. Loyette goes for the slide on third. He's going to take it away from the 76 of Zane Lawrence. Lawrence battling back to his inside, though. Good battle for that third spot. Zane Lawrence takes it up the racetrack. Brad Loyette, though, able to beat him to the punch. It's going to be the 05 up into third. Zane Lawrence back to fourth. The 14 of Tankersley now being challenged by the 21T of Ray Allen Kulhanek. Kulhanek not able to make the charge, though, as they work off a turn number 4. Right now, riding in that 6th position. 7th is going to be the 28 of Tommy Bryant. Rounding out your field at 8th is going to be the 77X of Alex Hill. As we go back up front to your race leader, Travis Rylett in the shoptheboss.com, number 29. Right now, leading this one by 1.834 seconds over the 25M of Michael McNeil. The 05 of Brad Loyette still sitting in third. The 76 of Zane Lawrence and the 14 of Channing Tankersley. As we come to the halfway point, we have 4 laps in with 4 laps to go. And Travis Rylett right now running away with this thing. It is Rylett working the high side as the battle for second starting to shape up. Loyette has run down the 25 Emma McNeil through turns 3 and 4. Loyette trying the bottom side. Didn't have enough momentum, though, to try to make the run. He will go right back into the tire tracks of the 25 as they bolt down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4. Your checkered flag is 2 laps away as Travis Rylett crosses under the twin flags 2 more times around the Cotton Bowl Speedway. McNeil still riding in that second spot. Brad Loyette in third. The 76 of Zane Lawrence in fourth, and the 14 of Channing Tankersley still running out your top 5. White flag in the air this time for Rylett in 29. Less than a half a lap to go as your leader bolts in the back straightaway. He will work to the high side of 3 out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out this time. Your winner is Travis Rylett. Rylett picking up a dominating win here in heat race number 4. Michael McNeil crossing in second, 4.246 seconds behind the 05 of Brad Loyette, the 76 of Zane Lawrence, and the 14 of Channing Tankersley. Your top 5 unofficially. The 21T of Ray Allen Kulhanek, the 28 of Tommy Bryant, and the 77X of Alex Hill rounding out your field. Being told over the receiver one-way communication system, again, it is side-by-side, nose to tail. That is the start we are looking for. They cannot advance position until your front row reaches that chalk line. That is the starting point for these drivers. Again, Forler and Lawrence. They set the pace down to the drop of the green flag, looking for a clean start this time. Your field off and running into turns 1 and 2. It's going to be Logan Forler with the race lead. As look out, they stack them up a little bit, but everybody gets it back going, and we stay green. It will be Logan Forler with the race lead. Zane Lawrence running in second. Channing Tankersley up into third. The 51 of Caleb Martin running in fourth. The 91 of Stephen Russell right now running in fifth. In sixth, it's going to be the 57 of Jacob Lucas as the 11 has gone around over in turns 3 and 4. He started to go down the track towards turn number 3 for turn number 4, so officials having to force the caution in this one. Caution lights go down as your field paces down the back straightaway. Again, they cannot advance position prior to the cone. They cannot strike the cone or go below the cone. All cars must pass between the cone and the outside retaining wall on the restart to the green. 3 wide for the final transfer spot. Here comes Kulhanek right to the middle, but it's going to be the 57 of Lucas holding on to it. Jacob Lucas holding on to that 6 spot. Kulhanek, though, looking down to the inside as the caution is out. Looking to go back green this time off the exit of turn number 4. Logan Forler picks up the pace. We're green. 3 wide again for the final transfer spot. Kulhanek to the middle. Once again, it's going to be Jacob Lucas on the high side. Jacob Lucas holds on to the race lead. Kulhanek again going to dive down to that bottom side. He's got Tommy Bryant right on his back bumper now. Jacob Lucas way sideways contact with Kulhanek, and Lucas is upside down, collecting 2 more cars in the process. Hahn also going on his lid. Red flag is out. As we get ready to go back green, 11 laps to go. Here we go. The field working past the cone. Everybody jetting off into turns 1 and 2. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Steven Russell right up the middle. He splits the 51 splits the 51 and the 21T now. 3 wide, side by side to the front straightaway. Steven Russell in the 91 trying to make moves here. Up into that 4th spot goes the 91 machine. He will go after the 14 of Shannon Tankersley as they worked on the back straightaway. Tankersley riding in 3rd. The 91 of Steven Russell sitting in that 4th spot. Then it's going to be the 21T of Ray Allen Kohanek. The 51 of Caleb Martin right now. That is your final transfer spot on the racetrack. He is under fire though for the 28 of Tommy Bryant. Bryant, the sawblade.com entry, goes to the inside of turns 1 and 2, slides it across the racetrack. Caleb Martin turns it down the racing surface, reclaims the final transfer spot as they work into turns 3 and 4. Tommy Bryant's right there and takes it back to the front straightaway. Tommy Bryant up into 6th as Logan Forler has opened up his advantage in this one. 1.948 seconds last time at the start-finish line as he'll come around to complete lap number 5. Halfway point on its way. The 2L of Logan Forler, your race leader, the 76 of Zane Lawrence, riding in 2nd. The 14 of Shannon Tankersley in 3rd. The 91 of Steven Russell in 4th. In 5th, the 21T of Ray Allen Kohanek. The 28 of Tommy Bryant in 6th. The 51 of Caleb Martin in 7th. In 8th to his inside is going to be the 36 of John Pate. 9th, working up to the high side, exiting turn number 4 is the 66 of J.J. Simmons. Rounding out your field is the 77X of Alex Hill. As we go back up front to your race leader, it continues to be the 2L of Logan Forler, setting up blistering pace in this one. Difference 3.531 seconds between he and the 76 of Zane Lawrence. Lawrence, though, still within striking distance of the 14 of Shannon Tankersley. Tankersley, though, just not able to get enough speed to try to make the run on the 76 machine. As they'll work off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, the 91 of Steven Russell still riding in 4th and 5th. It is still the 21T of Ray Allen Kohanek with the 28 of Tommy Bryant sitting comfortably now in a transfer spot into tonight's main event. As your leader comes off of turn number 4 this time, he will complete lap number 9. We have 3 laps remaining in this Brown & Miller Racing Solutions B main. Rolling comfortably still, it is Washington's Logan Forler. Working off of turn number 2 as second place works to the flag stand. Difference 4.815 seconds over the 76 of Zane Lawrence. As we have less than 2 to go, now the white flag will fly one more time around for Forler in 2. Lap cars to the inside of your race leader. He will work to the cushion and down the back straightaway, working around the 02 of Urington, going to work on the 36 of Pate. Pate will go a lap down to your leader here on the closing lap as a checkered flag will fly. Logan Forler gets the win in tonight's B main event. Working into turn 3, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy 30 times around with the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series. Off of turn number 4, we're green. Off we go, your field filing through turns 1 and 2, 3 and 4 wide racing going on in the middle to back of the pack. Up front, though, they're going to try to go 4 wide for the race lead. Josh Boffman on the high side is going to have it. Josh Boffman has the race lead. Brandon Hanks right now running in that second spot. Travis Ryland up to the high side in 3rd. Wayne Johnson running in 4th. Sam Haverteep Jr. currently rounding out your top 5 with a big run down the back straightaway. Just about goes over the left rear tire of Wayne Johnson. Has to get on the binders and get down to the inside of the 2C. Now side by side to the front straightaway. Wayne Johnson with the advantage. Wayne Johnson holds on to 4th. Sam Haverteep Jr. in 5th. Johnny Herrera in 6th. Scotty McDonald in 7th. Up to his high side, though, trying to take the spot is Seth Bergman. Bergman, though, going to have to run in 8th. 9th is going to be Terry Gray. Rounding out your top 10 is going to be the 10M of Morgan Turpin. Side by side again, the battle between the 23 of Seth Bergman and the 88 of Scotty McDonald. McDonald now has to go down to the bottom of the racetrack and slam the door on the 10M of Morgan Turpin. Turpin has to get on the binders, and here comes Brad Loyette in the 05. Brad Loyette able to make the pass now as they nearly go 3 wide. Racing into turns 3 and 4. Back up front, though, it is all Josh Boffman in the 17, leading Brandon Hanks by 1.960 seconds last time at the start-finish line. Down to his inside goes Travis Rylett. Rylett, though, not enough steam to try to pull off the slide job, exiting turn number 4. Rylett still running in that 3rd spot. Sam Haverteep Jr. in 4th. Wayne Johnson in 5th. Johnny Herrera in 6th. Seth Bergman in 7th. Scotty McDonald back to 8th. Brad Loyette falls to 9th. And they're side by side for 10th. Morgan Turpin on the inside. Terry Gray on the outside. 4 wide behind them for the 12th spot. Up on the high side with a big move. It's Michael McNeil in the 25. Michael McNeil steals away the 11th spot as they win 4 wide through turns 1 and 2. The 25M up on the cushion now with sights set on the 10M of Morgan Turpin. Morgan Turpin working right around the hub of the Cotton Bowl Speedway through turns 1 and 2. McNeil working up to the high side as we go back up to find your race leader, Josh Boffman, in slower traffic now, working around the 52 of Blake Kahn. He has also worked around the 76 of Zane Lawrence, the 14 of Channing Tankersley, and the 17G of Dustin Gates. All those drivers sit between your race leader and second place running Brandon Hanks. Hanks will now have to contend with the slower cars, and Travis Rylett is right there along with Sam Haverteep Jr., Wayne Johnson, Johnny Herrera, and now Seth Bergman has run down that battle. Seth Bergman running down the 45X of Johnny Herrera. Herrera, a big, huge puff of smoke down the back straightaway, and the engine has gone kaput under the bonnet of the 45X. Johnny Herrera rolls it down into the infield, but the caution is out. 52 of Blake Kahn, the 17G of Dustin Gates. Those two drivers amongst the leaders. They round out the lineup as we have 8 laps completed in this 30-lap feature event. Josh Boffman brings it back to the green this time. Back underway in the battle for that third spot. The 15H of Sam Haverteep Jr., the 29 of Travis Rylett, the 2C of Wayne Johnson's right there. Johnson trying to go for the slide, wasn't able to get it done though, as they work around slower machines that were lined up amongst the leaders. It will continue to be Haverteep holding the position. Rylett falling back to the 4th spot. A couple of drivers into the wall to the back straightaway. One of them is Seth Bergman. Bergman with damage front to back on that 23 machine. He's rolling very slow on the high side of turns 3 and 4. The caution will blink on around the Cotton Bowl Speedway. Caution lights have gone down. They're pushing. He's fired. He's coming. And the caution lights were already turned off. The field was coming around for the restart. As the 23 of Seth Bergman came back onto the racetrack, that means the caution lights are going to blink back on. Dustin Gates in the 17 electing to pull off of the racing surface problems on his machine before they went back green. It'll be single file this time to the cone. We're back underway. Everybody working past the cone, 3 wide to try to get in the top 5. Wayne Johnson holds the position of the 2C on the high side. Scotty McDonald chasing the 05 all the way up the racetrack with his back bumper as they work into turns 3 and 4. McDonald off of the bottom. Loyette trying to work down to that bottom side by side. Now 3 wide down the front straightaway. Brad Loyette caught out in the slick, and he's going to give up a couple spots in the process, as up front it will be the 17 of Josh Boffman, your race leader. In second, the 84 of Brandon Hanks. In third is the 15H of Sam Haverteep Jr. Fourth is the 29 of Travis Rylett. The 2C of Wayne Johnson currently running at your top 5. One driver having to duck down into the infield there for a minute. That was a 14K of Kyle Bellum. Bellum brought it back out to the racing surface as we say green flag racing. 6 is going to be the 28 of Tommy Bryant. 7th is the 10 of Morgan Turpin. 8th, as they work off a turn number 4, is going to be the 88 of Scotty McDonald. 9th is going to be the 05 of Brad Loyette. The 95 of Matt Covington currently rounding out your top 10. Now looking for that 9th spot as they work off a turn number 2. Not able to get the run though, as your leader starting to run down the back of the field, working the high line through turns 1 and 2 with a full head of steam down the back straightaway. It remains the 17 of Josh Boffman. 1.150 seconds. That is the difference between he and the 84 of Brandon Hanks. Hanks and Boffman nearly skipping through the cushion through turns 3 and 4, getting dangerously close to that outside retaining wall, as Boffman now has caught the back of the field. He will try to work to the outside of the 36 of John Paige. Clears him into turns 3 and 4. Now right in the racing groove is the 76 of Zane Lawrence. We'll see if this is the opportunity Brandon Hanks needs to try to run down your race leader as they'll work into turns 1 and 2. It is still Boffman, then Hanks. Now less than a second separate those two drivers as they work down the back straightaway. Your top 2, though, in a league all their own right now. A very distant third till you find Sam Haverteep Jr. 4.148 seconds trailing your leader last time in the start-finish line, as Brandon Hanks has closed the gap to 0.4 of a second on Josh Boffman. Boffman goes for the slide on Zane Lawrence. Clears the 76 through turns 1 and 2. Lawrence trying to battle back to his inside and get back on the lead lap. He's instead going to go ahead and woe down to the bottom of the racing surface. Brandon Hanks, though, is right there as they have run down the 87 of Aaron Reitzel. Reitzel, the defending champion, in danger, going a lap down as Brandon Hanks right to the back bumper of Josh Boffman. The battle about to be for the race lead. Into turns 3 and 4. Brandon Hanks, not enough momentum to try to think about a slide job this time. Josh Boffman looking at the back bumper of Kyle Bellum now as Brandon Hanks now will break it down to the bottom. Slide job for the race lead. You've got a new one. It's Brandon Hanks in the 84. Brandon Hanks in the race lead. Josh Boffman goes to second. Zane Lawrence down to the inside. Blocks the charge of the 17 as Lawrence a lap down trying to get back on the lead lap as here comes Sam Haverteep Jr. now. Sam Haverteep Jr. in the 15H has run down the battle for the top spot. It is Brandon Hanks in the 84, the 17 of Josh Boffman, the 15H of Sam Haverteep Jr., the 29 of Travis Rylett, and the 2C of Wayne Johnson. Your top 5 down the back straightaway. Off of turn number 4, Brandon Hanks comes around to complete lap number 20. He has 10 laps remaining here tonight at the Cotton Bowl Speedway. 10 laps from a possible first time ever National Tour feature win, but he's got Josh Boffman right behind him. He is just as hungry for a victory here tonight as they work up at turn number 4. It is Hanks, Boffman, Haverteep. They are all 1, 2, 3 down the front straightaway as they duck into turns 1 and 2. Everybody working the high side here at the Cotton Bowl Speedway now as Brandon Hanks has to set the car down to the left, then takes it up to the high side as they work through turns 3 and 4. He has Josh Boffman almost on his back bumper. 0.459 seconds separate the 84 and the 17, and they've got lap traffic right in front of them. Josh Boffman with the run to the back straightaway. He'll try for the slide this time at turns 3 and 4. Slide for the race lead. Josh Boffman's going to take it back. Brandon Hanks, though, re-slides him on the exit of turn number 4. Wow, what a race for the lead. Brandon Hanks takes it back, but the red is out. Driver on his side exiting turn number 2. Brandon Hanks will have Josh Boffman, Sam Haverteep Jr., Travis Rylett, and Wayne Johnson right on his back bumper when they come to the green flag. Scotty McDonald, Brad Loyette, Matt Covington, Stephen Russell, Michael McNeil, Ray Allen Kulhanek, Logan Forler, Aaron Reitzel, Morgan Turpin, and Zane Lawrence rounding out your lineup off of turn number 4. We're underway. Your field off through turns 1 and 2. Brandon Hanks leads them down the back straightaway. Now, Wayne Johnson and Scotty McDonald battling for the 5th spot. Scotty McDonald puts a squeeze on Wayne Johnson. Johnson and McDonald actually make a little bit of contact down the back straightaway. It's going to be 5th now for the 88 machine as Scotty McDonald puts Wayne Johnson back to 6th. Loyette now looking to take that spot away in the 05. Takes it up the racetrack. Wayne Johnson squeezes right between the right side tires and the concrete to keep his position away from the 05 of Loyette. Loyette back down to the bottom. Wayne Johnson back up to the high side. It continues to be advantage Wayne Johnson right now as that is the fight for the 6th position as up front Brandon Hanks coming around this time with 5 laps to go. Josh Boffman is right there waiting for an opportunity to get the run and get the race lead as they work up at turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Boffman trailing by 0.573 seconds last time at the start-finish line. Takes it all the way up, slams it off the cushion through turns 3 and 4. Advantage right now, Brandon Hanks, 0.772 seconds as everybody is filing and shuffling in the back of the field. A couple of drivers losing handle on their race cars, but gathering it back up as we stay green. Brandon Hanks and Josh Boffman coming into the closing laps now. Brandon Hanks still leading his advantage right now, 0.591 seconds. Boffman closing in here in the closing laps. The battle for the race lead is about to begin. Boffman has closed it to only a few car lengths as they approach the back of the field. It'll be Boffman right to the back bumper of Brandon Hanks as the twin flags are displayed 2 more times around. Both drivers in search of a first-time National Tour win. Who will it be as we reach the back of the field? Zane Lawrence and Aaron Reitzel right in front of your race leaders. Breaking right, the 84 will drop to the bottom. Brandon Hanks will see the white flag fly this time. Josh Boffman with a big run down into the front straightaway. The battle is on for the race lead. It will be the 84 of Brandon Hanks and the 17 of Josh Boffman through turns 1 and 2. Boffman peeking down to the inside. Got the front tires. Oh no! Boffman upside down the back straightaway. Oh my! Josh Boffman trying for everything he had, and the bag of marbles blew up down the back straightaway. Upside down goes the 17 going for the race lead. Johnny McDonald in 5th. Wayne Johnson, a former national championship to his credit as well. Set to try it again. A 2-lap dash to the finish. Brandon Hanks still looking for his first ever National Tour victory. Will it come here tonight, or will Sam Hafertepe Jr. steal it away? Off of turn number 4, we're green. Hanks going to roll to the high side. A good restart on the 15H of Sam Hafertepe. Down the back straightaway we roll now. Scotty McDonald tries to go after third for the 29 of Travis Ryland. The 05 of Brad Loyett able to get the pass on the 70s, or make that on the 2C of Wayne Johnson. Move the 05 up in the 5th now. The white flag has flown though. Your leader rolls in the back straightaway. Off into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Many times he has tried, many times denied. Tonight he will get it done for the first time with the National Tour. Brandon Hanks is your winner. Sam Hafertepe Jr. crossing in second, Travis Ryland in third, Scotty McDonald in fourth, and Brad Loyett unofficially rounding out your top 5.